Hey everybody, it's Family1 here, bringing you some more Pokemon Black 2 and White 2 Wi-Fi battles. This is an Ubers match I got against someone by the name of Google Knight from the Smogon Wi-Fi Battle Finder. I'll go ahead and leave the link to his YouTube channel down in the description below, so be sure to go ahead and check him out. And well, before I begin, I have a question for you guys. As you guys can see from the title, this is pretty much a sweep, so I was wondering, do you guys want to see more sweeps, or should I just keep it to more competitive battles? I'm just curious to hear your response, but yeah, with that, let's go ahead and begin the match. So as you can see, I'm using a different background for my battle, so let me know what you guys think. He's going to lead off with his Groudon, and I'm going to lead off with my Arceus. Based on the fact that he led off with his Groudon, I'm going to assume that it's going to be more of a bulky Groudon. But yeah, for the first turn, I'm going to set up my Swords Dance. I really didn't fear the Groudon at this point because I was assuming that it was more bulky. And if it did go for the Thunder Wave, well, Arceus does have extreme speed, so that would neglect the Thunder Wave. He's going to set up the Stealth Rocks first turn, and for my second move, I'm going to set up my second Swords Dance. He's going to go for the Earthquake, and well, Arceus is going to take the Earthquake quite nicely, so based on how much damage it did, I can automatically assume that it's definitely a bulky Groudon. I'm going to go for the Extreme Speed, and unfortunately, it's not going to be enough to KO his Groudon, and he's going to play a good part right here and go for the Dragon Tail, and that's going to he's going to switch me out into my Rayquaza, which is pretty good for me because, well, I'm going to end up getting the sweep on with my Rayquaza. And for this next move, I'm just thinking if I should set up a Dragon Stance really early or I should just finish off his Groudon with an Extreme Speed. But anyways, he's going to switch out into his Fortress, and I just decided to play it safe and go for the Extreme Speed. But he ended up switching out to his Fortress like I said, so the Extreme Speed's going to end up doing a pathetic amount of damage. For these next couple of moves, I'm just going to set up my Dragon Stances because, well, I'm going up against a Fortress, and most likely it's going to be setting up an entry hazard of some sort. I'm assuming Spikes because he did set up the Stealth Rocks with his Groudon, and yes, he is setting up the Spikes. For this next move, I'm just going to try and set up another Dragon Stance because, well, I'm assuming that he's going to keep on going for more Spikes since he only has one layer of Spikes. So now I'm up to two Dragon Stances, and yep, he is going to go for another layer of Spikes, and well, this is pretty much bad for him because, well, Rayquaza's attack is absolutely incredible now that I have two Dragon Stances up, and with its speed, it can pretty much outspeed anything on his team. I'm gonna go for the Extreme Speed here because, well, I just wanted to get rid of his Sturdy ability, so that's why I went for that. He was gonna go for the Pain Split, and I actually end up getting some health from that, so I guess he helped me out a little bit. So I'm gonna go for the Earthquake, and the Earthquake is gonna be enough to KO his Fortress now that he doesn't have the Sturdy ability, so that's pretty good for me. Now his Fortress is gone, and now he's gonna switch on to his next Pokemon, which is gonna go ahead and be his Dialga. I really don't fear this thing because I do have Earthquake, and even though Earthquake doesn't have the same type of attack bonus, I did get two Dragon Stances up, so that's easily going to be able to destroy his Dialga, and well, that's going to be the end of that. That was the only Pokemon I was pretty much fearing on my opponent's team because, well, Dialga can pretty much wall my Rayquaza. Its only move that can actually hurt it with is Earthquake, but yeah, he's gonna send out his Lugia, and I'm gonna go for an Outrage, and I was actually shocked that I managed to KO the Lugia. I mean, yeah, I know I did have two Dragon Stances up, but still though, Lugia is one of the more bulkier Pokemons in this tier, and I just managed to one-hit KO it with an Outrage, so I don't know, in my opinion, I just found it pretty fascinating. But yeah, he's gonna send out his Reshiram, and I'm gonna go for an Outrage, and the Outrage is gonna obliterate his Reshiram. So coming up in these next couple of moves, I'm gonna end up getting really lucky. In fact, I end up getting a little bit too lucky in my opinion. He's gonna send out his next Pokemon, which is gonna go ahead and be his Ho-Oh. I don't really end up fearing this Ho-Oh, but I am confused, and I am gonna decide to stay in and lock myself to another Outrage, and luckily I did not manage to hit myself with a Confusion, so right there I get really lucky. The Outrage is gonna be enough to KO his Ho-Oh, and now he's down to his final Pokemon, which is gonna be his weak Groudon. So now he's going to send out his Groudon. I'm hoping that I do not hit myself with a Confusion because I want my Rayquaza to pretty much get an entire sweep, and I do not hit myself with a Confusion, so I'm going to go for one final Outrage and KO his Groudon. As you can see, I got really lucky at the very end because I did not hit myself with any of the Confusions. So with that, that's going to be the end of the match, guys.